Would you rather be a human or a gecko?
Human, for sure.
Why would you rather be a human?
The human experience. I mean, would you rather be a lizard? I mean, obviously, I guess, huh?
Well, I was thinking about it, right? Because, like, there's a lot of, suffering, I think, that comes with, like, just being conscious.
Okay.
We're the only animals that, like know we're gonna die.
You good on this?
Oh, yeah, I'm okay on that. We're the only animals that know we're gonna die. Mm-hmm. It's an interesting burden that the human race suffers.
Yeah, but we get way cooler stuff because of it.
That is true.
I got invited to the opening of a new gecko zoo that these two guys are running out of a basement in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. It also happens to be right next to the Museum of Bones. This was shortly after I experienced an existential crisis that sent me spiraling into my own brain, thinking about death and consciousness and the meaning of existence. As I looked at the lizards, I thought about the blissful ignorance that comes with being a dumb animal with no thoughts. They live a purely objective life of eating, sleeping, and mating. We do all that stuff too, but we have this added layer of consciousness that brings with it both higher highs and lower lows than that of a lizard. It made me think about whether, if given the choice, would most people prefer to keep the high highs and low lows of being human, or would they rather experience a more stable baseline as a lizard?
Would you rather be a lizard or a human?
I want to be a lizard. I want to be a cold-blooded animal with no emotions, well cared for. Eat bugs. It's just hard out here for humans. Poverty, hunger, unemployment. And also, we live in like a hyper-capitalistic society, and everything is basically spectacle. And as time grows, one gets tired of it.
Humans are probably the least moral of the animals. They start wars. They do crimes. They do things that animals don't. You know, we don't. We'll get into politics. We don't need to get into politics, but humans are in some way corrupt, right? Whereas animals are very instinctual, and they don't have to deal with those kinds of things
because they're intrinsically simpler animals.
Yes.
So they're the big scale problems that humans face are not always present.
They're not going to turn on TV
life.
and be like, oh shit, that's our new president, or oh shit, that's going on in the Middle East or something. You know, geckos are very simple in that way, and I wish I had a gecko brain.
Is there anything at all that you would miss about humanity if you were a lizard?
I will miss like the process of studying and acquiring knowledge, and also making things with my hands.
And do you feel as though the process of acquiring knowledge and making things and whatnot, you would give it all up to be a lizard?
Ooh, okay. I'm okay with blissful ignorance. Yeah, just living in my own little world.
And you would acquire that, but at the cost of all the gifts that your human consciousness gives you.
Again, like I said before, one gets tired of being sentient.
It's true. Being sentient can be tiresome. And it's made even more difficult by the fact that we're constantly inundated with an infinite amount of information about the flaws and corruptions of our species that the lizards are blissfully unaware of. But I did talk to a lot of people who believe that despite all the crazy shit it comes with, sentience remains worth it.
What kind of cool stuff do you like about being a human?
Video games, good food, the ability to travel more than like a 5-mile radius. What about art, too? Do we know any animals that have art?
I guess there's funny dog videos and stuff.
Yeah, but the dog isn't taking the video.
That's true. Would you guys rather be a human or a lizard?
Human.
What is it about being a human that you prefer over being a lizard?
I'm on 2 legs.
You're on 2 legs?
Underground crawling. And people hate lizards.
You think people hate lizards?
Of course.
Do you hate lizards?
I don't like them because they're creatures.
When you stare at a lizard and you see how it has an absent mind, does that ever look appealing to just have no thoughts?
No stuff. Mm-mm. Oh, that's so pretty. Tough. No, honey. No.
Do you enjoy the quality of your thoughts?
I do.
What kinds of things do you normally think about throughout the day?
me, my kids, my health, money.
But if you were a lizard,
I would.
you wouldn't have to think about money ever.
Nah, it's okay.
What about you?
Honestly, there are times when you should just
Thank you guys very much.
You're welcome.
I think overall I would generally prefer to be a human. I like to experience the breadth of the emotional palette that I experience as a human being. I like to read. That'd be a downside as a gecko. I like to just get a slice of cheese out of the fridge and eat it straight out of the package.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was getting a little tired of talking about existential crap, so I took a break to go to this room where they had drinks and snacks. It was a good exercise of my human agency.
What was his name again?
Richie?
Richie said that he wished he had a lizard brain. That's that makes
It's a joke.
Well, no, there is this desire to have a brain that is totally objective.
What he meant essentially is that sometimes having a simpler life is a lot easier. With geckos, it's very repetitive, they're very habitual. So, when he said that, he just means that simplicity sometimes isn't a bad thing.
Do you ever have times where you genuinely do wish that you had a simple lizard brain and you didn't have to deal with all this shit?
No, because if I had a simple lizard brain, I wouldn't be able to do this. With every struggle comes a lesson. With every struggle comes a newfound knowledge about something. There's no such thing as success without struggle. That's called luck. That's not success. So being a human, it has its ups and downs, but the ups are I get to live out a dream.
I appreciated that this man used his higher human consciousness to embrace struggle and find a purpose that he would not give up to become a lizard, even if that purpose ironically involves lizards.
Lizards have a beautiful existence, but at the same time, do they know they exist?
As humans, we're innately aware of our own consciousness. Look at this guy. You think he knows where this little man is right now? That he's sitting on someone's hand cosplaying as a giant day gecko? No.
Do you think that lizards are happier because they don't know that they exist?
Yes, because they're just living. You're just here. If you're here and you don't know that tomorrow is going to bring sadness, or tomorrow is going to bring pain, or tomorrow is going to bring anything, it just makes you automatically happy.
Do you think humans can develop the brain of a lizard in that sense of trying to always be in the present?
You can try, but you might have to get lobotomized or something, because how are you going to stop yourself from thinking about the future or even the past? The past and the future always haunts us. So that's part of being human. But that's the beautiful part about being human. I love knowing that I'm here. It's beautiful that we actually know we have a past and we know we have a future.
We are aware of our own existence, and that's both scary yet beautiful.
You would take the beautiful curse over the ignorant lizard stuff.
A million times.
I liked this perspective that the knowledge we have of our own existence is a gift to be appreciated rather than a weird, scary thing to be burdened with. It's a choice of how you want to view it.
Would you rather be a human being or a lizard?
I'll take a human, more freedom.
Do you think consciousness is more freedom or more restrictive? Right? Because a lizard has freedom from a lot of the kind of difficulties that humans have,
True. All you gotta do is eat and poop. That's it.
Right. Do you ever envy that lifestyle, or would you still want to be a human?
I think I'll be a human. I can drive.
Yeah.
Can't drive as a lizard.
Yeah, you can't drive as a lizard. Have you traveled any places recently that you really liked that you couldn't have gone to if you were a lizard?
New Mexico. It's kind of far, especially from here to get down there and be there, travel a whole year.
It's true. Yeah, it would take a whole year to walk as a lizard from here to New Mexico. I guess the lizards don't even want that because lizards don't even know that New Mexico exists.
Nah.
Is there anything about being a lizard that you envy that you wish you could do? Wish you could be?
Lizard? I don't know, to be honest. Never thought about that.
I guess you don't have to think about it.
I'm good the way I am. No lizard.
After the event, I journaled on my phone about my conclusion from these interviews. While the human experience can be very challenging, it can be improved by having purpose, appreciating the little things.
I feel like Red Dead Redemption 2 would be one of the reasons for me why I would want to be a human instead of a lizard.
Absolutely. There you go. If that's all it is.
Choosing to view the bigger things as beautiful instead of scary, maintaining good quality of thoughts, and going to New Mexico. And at the end of the day, I would also choose to remain a human. It is an honor.